This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. All right, and today in the studio, we have Holly Tucker. Go ahead and play for us.
All right, y'all. Well, I am very excited about this song right here. I wrote it a little while ago with a couple of good buddies of mine, and I just really wanted a song that would sort of give me some inspiration for the hard times and remind me why I do what I do, and that beauty isn't really always found in the most expected places, and sometimes the most unlikely things can pop up in really just cool places. So this is called Rose in the Red Dirt. Some days I'm out of place, but I've never been lost. I'm right where I wanna be, thorns and all. I can't just sit here and look pretty, like that's enough for me. I've always been a dreaming child, a streak of crimson growing wild, like a rose in the red dirt, a raindrop in the desert. I fight the fight with a smiling face, and every day amazing grace takes a soft heart and a thick skin, standing tall, steady, giving in when people say it'll never work. Oh, like a rose in the red dirt. I wanna be tough like my daddy, sweet like my mom, just wanna make them all proud. Back where I come from, like a rose in the red dirt, a raindrop in the desert. I fight the fight with a smiling face, and every day amazing grace takes a soft heart and a thick skin, standing tall, steady, giving in when people say it'll never work. Oh, like a rose in the red dirt, yeah. Ooh. It might be against the odds, against the grain, a whole lot of stubborn and half insane, but I promise you, I'm gonna break through like a rose in the red dirt, a raindrop in the desert. I fight the fight with a smiling face, and every day amazing grace takes a soft heart and a thick skin, standing tall, steady, giving in when people say it'll never work. Like a rose in the red dirt.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
This is the host, Debbie, and I can now personally say I've been serenaded by Holly Tucker. And of course, that was Holly Tucker.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
Yes, awesome. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
So what brought you to Waco, or are you a Waco native?
I am a Waco native, so I have grown up here my entire life. My parents actually met here when they were both at college at Baylor, and so they loved the place, so they never left.
Yeah, and what really got you involved in music?
Actually, it was a lot to do with my parents. They, like I said, met back in college in Baylor, and my dad was in a singing group called Revised Edition. He was the lead singer, and he was looking for a person that could play piano and do background vocals, and so he found his way to my mom.
Aw.
And so then after college, they traveled together on the road for 6 years, and then decided to settle down and have a family, and they never stopped singing, though. They were always worshiping in a church somewhere, like leading worship, or they were singing at weddings or special events or anything like that. And so I got to watch my parents on stage growing up, and it made me really want to be like mom and dad. So I've been singing. I got on stage for the first time when I was 7 years old here in Waco, actually.
Woo!
And so it's just been music ever since.
Wow, that's super amazing. And how did you get your start, like making it big?
Oh man, I don't know that I'd say I made it yet, but but I have had a good amount of good things happen to me over the years, and one of the biggest things that still means a lot to me is my time on The Voice. That was 8 years ago. It's really crazy to say that.
2013, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy to think about how long ago that was. But I was on season 4 with Team Blake Shelton and got to top 6 that season. So ever since then, I've just been, writing and recording and traveling, touring all over Texas, doing Texas country music. And I love it. So that's what I'm at.
Yeah. What was it like being away from home for so long?
Well, I mean, on the show, I was gone for maybe like 6 months collectively. Okay. And then, I actually touring over Texas, I've been gone sporadically. Yeah. So I've never really left home. I've always been here in Waco, and I love that. It'll always be home for me.
Yeah. And what was it like during the last year with the pandemic? How did that affect your touring or affect your music?
It really brought it to a standstill, honestly. I know, some people were able to stay out there and do little things here and there, and so was I. I mean, I got to do some acoustic things, and especially a lot of Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives and stuff like that. But, as far as making an income, it really put a dent in that for me, and I'm only just now starting to book up again. So it's been hard on everybody. So I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's nice to get back in the, swing of things as it's going on. And now you have some great events. I know you just did the thing on Friday for at the barbecue restaurant.
Yes.
You did the acoustic lunch.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
Yeah.
And then of course you have the event coming up on Friday, or yes. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it's actually this Saturday. And it's at Lee Lockwood Museum and Library, and the whole thing benefits Lee Lockwood. So it's a great organization. They do a lot of fun things there, and I'm proud to be a part of an event like this. So, and they've labeled it A Night with Holly Tucker. So that's what I'm going to try to make it. It's just like letting everybody in on getting to know who I really am, and say a lot of things and play a lot of music that I don't necessarily get to do at my full band shows. And so I'm hoping that people come away with it really feeling like they've gotten a lot out of it. So that's my main thing with it. And I know that tickets right now are $10 in advance, and then they go up to $15 at the door. And there are still a few, I think, VIP tickets left, and those are $25 each. So I'm very excited to get out there and do some live music again. I've been wanting it.
That's super amazing. And I know you've done a lot with nonprofits in the past. I know you've worked with the Heart Association. You've worked with Fuzzy Friends here in Waco.
Yeah.
You've worked with Meals on Wheels. What do you love about working with nonprofits?
It's just an opportunity for me to give back. Every time I get on stage and get to perform my heart out and get to speak with people and just that kind of thing, I feel like they're giving me their time. And so for me, get out there and do things with nonprofits and give of my time is just really rewarding. So it's all about giving more than you receive, and that's what makes it great for me.
And I know you love representing Waco, and you've even mentioned Waco in a few of your songs.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that it's really like family to you, and it's really just your home. I know that you just got engaged in January over at
Yes.
Dichotomy. Do you want to tell me a
Yes.
little bit about that?
Yeah, that was actually really cool, a really good surprise. I had been dating my now fiance for about 10 months, and I really wasn't expecting it this soon. But I mean, I was, of course,
You heard it here first.
yeah, I was wanting it, of
Yes,
course, but I
yes.
just didn't think it was going to be possible. So he totally caught me by surprise. But
Mhm.
I had always told him, when and if you do propose, just please have 3 things in line for me. Make sure that I'm dressed up and I look nice and I don't look like a hobo. And then make sure that there's a hidden photographer somewhere so that we can have memories of it. And if you can, try to get our families involved somehow. In some way, and he did all 3 of those things. He actually got my family to help him hold up a big lit up letters that spelled out "Marry Me" from the parking lot, and we were up in the balcony of Dichotomy.
Aww.
And he actually recreated our first date. We had our first date at Dichotomy.
Because you guys did it at the Miracle Pop-Up, right?
Yeah, we did. And our first date was at the Miracle Pop-Up. So when it came back around the following year, he thought it would just be the perfect way to propose, and it was. He's a sweetheart.
My heart. That is so precious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is there anything that specifically inspires you about Waco, or anything that you would love to share about Waco?
I particularly love and have always loved that Waco is such a melting pot. And that may be a little cliche, but I really believe it's true, because there's people from literally all walks of life, and you can, go into one place here and see somebody that and then go into a different place and see somebody else. So it's while it is a melting pot and there's a lot of different people, it's also got that small town feel. So that's kind of what inspires me about Waco, and why I've always loved it, is because you really get a feel for everything here and all types of people, and I just feel like it's a great way and place to live.
Yeah, and especially the music industry is changing so much. How has Waco developed, at least, even since the past 8 years? How much has Waco developed?
Yeah, Waco has always had a great music scene, and a variety of music scene too. There's country, there's rock, there's
Hip-hop.
hip hop, metal, Tejano. There's all of it, and lots of different venues to play as well, which is really cool. You can't say that in every city. So it's definitely, even in the 8 years, there's been a lot of, like I said, new venues pop up, or expansions of venues, and just, I don't know, it's really cool to see that.
Yeah, and what are some more things you would like to see happening in Waco? Maybe not even music related, but just in general.
Girl, I want me a Container Store, okay?
Yes!
I am obsessed. And no, I'm just kidding. No, but really, no, I do want that. But, I love the path that Waco is on. I love that we're getting new restaurants and new fun things to do, like Top Golf, and new people coming here all the time. It's crazy and great and wonderful, and I just love it. So I don't know that there's anything in specific that I besides the Container Store.
Yes.
But yeah, Papados, that's another one.
Ooh, what's Papados?
It's a seafood place, and they have them in
Ooh.
Dallas and Austin, but we have yet to have one in Waco.
Sponsor us.
Yes, absolutely.
Please come to Waco.
Yeah, so those kind of things.
That's really cool. And is there anyone you want to shout out here in Waco?
Oh my goodness. I mean, always want to shout out my family for sure. So
Woo,
mom and dad.
Mom and
Yeah. And Shane, my brother, he's out there. And then of course my fiance, Spencer. So it's just, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here and do this.
Is there anything else that you wanted to share today, or tell Waco while you're here?
A while back, you had mentioned that I had written a song about Waco,
Yeah.
and I still actually play that live. I'm probably going to play that this Saturday night, so I'm very excited about that. But it's called Welcome to Waco, and, it received, not just the song, but the music video and everything received mixed reviews when we first released it, and some people said it wasn't diverse enough, and it didn't describe Waco enough, and, I think that would be a challenge for anybody to do, because like I said, Waco is so diverse. But I would just, probably say for Waco, please continue to be nice and hospitable to our visitors. And, if there's something that you don't like, or something, you never know how you can change somebody's life or put a smile on their face. I just encourage everybody to be positive and be loving and kind, because that literally costs you nothing, and it will mean the world to somebody. So if that's anything I had to say, it would be that.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ooh, I also wanted to ask you, this is just a side question.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song that you made, but you weren't able to shoot a music video for?
Ooh, okay. So I always really wanted to shoot a music video for my song Take Me Fishing.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
Thank
so good.
you. Yeah, it's that would just make a really fun music video, and I wanted to so
That was
bad.
on Steel, right?
No, that was
No.
it's on the new one.
Oh, okay.
But I really wanted to make one because that's just such a fun summer
I love
song.
it. Yeah.
And there's so many things we could do with that. So I don't know, but maybe someday we'll see.
Listen.
Yeah.
Maybe we can shoot a video. No. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. But yeah, well, again, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We should be all good to go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.